Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail. All unnecessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
Okay, I'm going to take a breath here. I think you might be saying something you don't quite mean. What I'm hearing is, you don't want the tacos?
On the other side of the table, Dr. Syintist.
Why? So you can write it in your little report? You aren't ready for what I think.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, I've been on this hate diet all week. I just eat cookies and talk shit. Welcome to Plotty Time. Rare one this week. We obviously have nothing for the crevice. All we have to note is we are live in the studio. Well, we're not live. The three of us are in the studio together for the first time since...
COVID?
No, before that. Christmas 2018? 2019.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 years since we've been in the same room together.
It's a little weird.
Boy, it stinks in here.
It smells like ground beef. I don't know
Didn't
what
smell
that
like
is.
this last week.
None of us ate that.
No.
I was fucking around with a lot of garlic today. That might be me. Any hoodles. This week, we're giving you guys a little something special. We are talking about fighting games this week.
Nice.
Now, we do this every once in a while. We call it a very special episode where, we stray away a little bit from our standard structure of talking about a certain video game, and we give you guys a little treat. Everybody loves it. They tell us how much they love it. They send us so many emails
They do love it.
about how much they love it. So this week, like I said, fighting games. How many fighting games do you think you guys have played?
I've played a lot. I can't really quantify it.
Well, sure, but
17.
17? Okay.
I'd say it's the category of game I like playing the most, but I'm terrible at.
I think that's a good way to quantify it, yeah. Because I love them. I kind of faded away from them. Like, I played a couple of games on this list in the 90s and then kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because I just would play other people online and just get my ass kicked immediately.
I was thinking you can play the computer pretty good, but once you play somebody else.
Yeah.
I
Once
can't not that
online
good.
play became a thing, I stopped playing pretty much.
Yeah, it became huge for fighting games.
Yeah.
And once I was like, okay, I'll take my skills online. Let's see how I do. Got my ass kicked so bad every single time.
Yeah.
Or I'd just be like, people would use the one character that's super cheap
Yeah.
and just
do that
spam
over.
the same moves.
Low kick.
Yeah.
Love it.
A lot of Sub-Zero low kick freeze, low kick freeze, low kick freeze. It's a great time.
You could also do the slide freeze.
It might have been the slide freeze.
Maybe
Yeah.
the second one.
I don't know. It's very frustrating, though.
It was super frustrating. I didn't care for it at all. So then I kind of walked away, and then, I don't know, I never really came back. Yeah. But they're fun.
I still play them every once in a while when they're free on PlayStation Plus. Just download them, play them a little bit. Like, all right, not good at that one. Get out of here.
Yeah. I like going through like the tournament style and finishing that off and getting a good, finishing the 10 fighters or 15 or whatever I do.
Yeah.
Or like the Injustice ones where there's a story to it.
Yeah, I never played those either.
They're fun.
I just don't like how they make you buy all the DLC now if you want all the characters
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
true.
That's true.
I remember when everything used to be unlockable. Good times.
Or was a secret character that you had to unlock through doing magical bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Smoke. Remember him?
Oh,
Or Noob Sabat.
Noob Sabat. Or am I thinking of Noob Sabat? Doesn't matter. Anyway.
They're two different ones, I'm pretty sure.
well, Smoke was toasty.
Yeah.
Or was that Reptile?
That was Reptile.
Wow. Well, we're not talking about Mortal Kombat.
No. We are going to kick this off. We're going to start with a game from our pal and friend, Chump Slap.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? Let's start talking about it. What game what game you bringing up right now?
I'm bringing up one of my first fighting game loves, I'd say. It's the only Killer Instinct.
Now, I'm going to be honest with all our listeners because they deserve that.
Yes, they do.
I didn't do any research on Killer Instinct. Is this the one with the dinosaurs?
Yes.
It has a raptor.
Oh, I was thinking of Primal thing or whatever.
Primal Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
Man.
Oh, then I am way off. I don't know
Killer
what we're
Instinct
talking
is
about.
something.
This is the ultra combos. The
Yeah.
ultra.
You can do like 70 hit combos to somebody.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That's so
Yeah.
infuriating.
Yeah. Plus, they were really easy to do. You just had to like type in like down forward X while you're doing a regular combo, and it just went into ultra combo mode.
Oh my god! It just automatically did like a set. Oh my god!
Like you just put the controller down and just kick your guy's ass across.
I can't imagine playing that online against someone because it's whoever jammed in down forward
Yeah, that was
first and was
so
close
good.
enough. What kind? So it was a fighting game, obviously. When did it come out?
Well, it was released in the arcade in fall of '94, but released August 30th, 1995 for the SNES. That's when I played it.
1995.
That's right.
I remember it at the bowling alley in town.
Yeah, I remember they had Mortal Kombat too.
Did they also have? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Terminator 2 pinball machine?
Yes.
Yes.
And they also had the Magic one. The Magic one was really good.
Oh wow! You know, for a shitty bowling, well, I guess the bowling alley was fine. Like the bowling alley was pretty decent
I mean,
for
you
a
could
bowling
bowl.
alley. You bowl. I mean, you know, nothing fancy. It was a bowling alley, but it was not a bowling alley where you were like afraid to get stabbed. It was fine.
No.
But for like a little, I just remember there being a little tiny corner with like 3 machines,
Yeah.
and their machines were awesome.
Yeah. And that's when I realized arcade games are a lot harder than home console
Oh
games.
yeah, big time. You got to keep throwing in those quarters.
They were Mortal Kombat was impossible. You can mark me on that.
It had to be more about fighting someone else, right? Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Well, we might get to that later.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, we're back to Killer Instinct.
Oh, yes. August 30th, 1995. Do you guys know what the first #1 song was?
I'm gonna guess Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
It's a good guess.
Jeremy Pearl Jam.
You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson.
Wow, not even close.
Oh
I don't even know that one.
no, but I think that's a repeat offender on this podcast.
Well, I could see that. We've done 95 games
Yeah.
a couple times now.
Yeah, we sure did.
Well, then I guess we'll know the #1 movie too, huh?
Ghost Dad.
Last Action Hero.
Apollo 13.
Fuck.
What-
I was
You're
pretty
pretty close.
confident with that. But I don't think was Last Action Hero. That was like a famous bomb. I don't think it was ever #1.
It might have been the first week. That's a very small window.
That's true. I mean, yeah, it had Arnold Schwarzenegger in an action movie. It probably was at least 1 week, right?
Had to be. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean, back then there was no internet to spread the news of how shitty it was right away. Although I still love it.
I think it's a good
still
one.
love it because I watched it when I was too young to realize like what a box office bomb was. I just kind of liked whatever movies came out.
Yeah, and I just recently watched it. It holds up.
You did. We talked about it.
Yeah, you guys remember that. But let me talk about Killer Instinct.
Yes, please.
Yes, tell us about it.
There's this mega corporation known as Ultratech, and they decide to have a tournament. And they invite fighters from all over the world to fight their creatures. They create creatures through genetic engineering and shit.
Okay, I'm on board.
And they also rip a hole in a dimensional portal to bring a 2-headed Cyclops satyr thing named Idol.
Oh, I remember him.
Idol.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, I'm so lost.
I don't
know if
remember
ever played this.
Idol.
EYEDOLL.
Like Idol?
Yeah.
With, no, 1 L, I think.
Maybe.
Was this game only NES?
I think it was only Super Nintendo.
Or yeah, sorry, only SNES? Because I don't remember it be. I was a Sega kid, and I don't remember ever seeing it on Sega.
Yeah, I never owned it, but a friend of mine had it, and I played it a shit ton, like every time I was there. Pretty sure it was released later on Xbox.
Very possible.
Yeah,
Sounds right.
November 22nd, 2013.
Oh, so just right after. No, some of my games are like that. It's like you look at the platform, and there's just every platform since the Sega or whatever.
Yeah, but this one was fun. It had, see if you guys remember all these characters. Black Orchid.
Nope.
No.
Well, she was an agent trying to stop the Ultratech because they're an evil
I'm
corporation.
assuming Ultratech was spelled TEK.
TCH.
Oh, man.
Ultratech.
Was this then pitted as a story where it was like the Ultratech people versus the
I think it was just like a
good guys? So to speak?
free-for-all. And
Okay.
they just threw people in just to fight their creations to see what happens.
That's fine with me.
Because then there's this Chief Thunder.
I remember him.
Yeah. He
Not stereotyped at all.
is he the one who did the head, like, The Mohawk headbutt thing?
I think so. Didn't he have axes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of the one from Tekken, though.
Yeah.
I'm bringing some of these up. I have no idea who these fucking people are.
Well, anyway, he's looking for his brother. Don't know how that story turns out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if we beat the game with him, he finds him. I don't remember any of that. We had Cinder, who was an escaped convict, and he had like a flame body, and he could shoot his arms like Dhalsim with flames.
Don't remember him at all.
Fulgor?
I remember the name.
He's a cyborg from Ultratech. They created him to try to stop Jago.
Oh, I found a great picture. That's all of them. Cinder. Oh, my man's like the Human Torch. Is he on fire?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Some type of gene therapy turned him into a fire person or something. I don't remember.
Dope.
Then we have a Tibetan monk who trains as the tiger spirit or something, Jago. Glacius, an alien abducted by Ultratech, who's, I guess, on their side to fight. Riptor, he's a raptor human clone.
Yeah, dude, he's like beefy as fuck.
Yeah.
But this is strange. He's like a raptor, everything but a human torso.
Yeah, he's a raptor human hybrid, man.
Well, yeah, but I thought there'd be more human in the hybrid. I guess not.
Raptor?
No, but speaking of we have a werewolf by the name of Saberwolf.
Spelled with the U? W-U-L-F?
Oh, man, these were crazy times, brother.
They just didn't give a shit about spelling.
Saberwolf was the easiest one to do the ultra combo on. I remember that.
Oh, seeing all these guys, I remember them all now.
Spinal, the undead warrior skeleton who had like
Now
a shield.
that I remember seeing. I remember seeing Spinal with a fucking sword and the shield and be like, how's this skeleton fighting people?
I don't know. He's undead. That's how. And then we got TJ Combo. Just a heavyweight boxer. He's like, if there's going to be a tournament, I'm going to fight in it.
Yeah, but why is he still wearing his boxing gloves?
To protect his hands.
Yeah.
That's all he knows, man.
That's true. Okay. I don't know how to punch without the gloves on.
Yeah.
He wraps him up, calls him the Stinger
I think he does.
from The Simpsons.
So that's the characters. You just fight each other with combos over and over again. There were also combo breakers in case you got locked in an ultra combo. You could just press down right square or whatever. Boom.
So it was
Combo
just as
breaker.
easy to break the combo as it was to actually start it.
Yes.
You just had to know how to break it.
Yeah, so if you're playing people who knew how to do their combo breaker, it wasn't a fun game that way.
Well, so did each combo, ultra combo, and combo breaker, were they the same button set up for every character?
No, I was just saying that because that's what came to my head.
Okay, I don't know anything about the game.
I think they might have had some moves that were like hold back for 2 seconds, then forward and triangle or whatever. X, Y, W, whatever that
Like Street
Super
Fighter
Nintendo.
moves?
Yeah. But yeah, I just remember it being a fun game, and looking back at the graphics of it now, it's just wow.
Yeah, like do you remember playing some of these? They were like the pinnacle.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out, I was like, this is the best looking fighting game
Oh
ever.
yeah,
Look at
especially
these
in the arcade.
graphics.
Holy shit.
32-bit.
Is that guy on fire? Is that a wolf?
It's a skeleton man.
Oh,
The
it's so,
boner man.
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean, we forget that those arcade cabinets were designed to play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like having a console perfectly tuned for the one game. So they always looked like heads and shoulders above consoles. Nowadays, that gap is much smaller.
Yeah, I think it's non-existent.
What was the purpose of their fight?
It was just, well, he had to kill Idol, I think,
Okay.
because Ultratech portaled him in from his prison. And they're like, yeah, well, it's just a big company that just wanted people to fight their creations, like their raptors and saber wolves and shit.
Sure.
You know, they just made enemies for people to fight, and they were like, hey, let's check it out, see if people can take them on or not.
Okay, well, it's a little bit of a thin story, but I think a lot of these are pretty thin stories.
Yeah, this was 95, dude. This was all about the fighting.
Oh, yeah. Getting those quarters, getting people fighting.
Oh.
All about the combos, brother.
We'll throw a loose story around it to make these assholes seem like they're grouped somehow, and then that's that.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was.
Dunzos.
But it was good.
So how many stars out of 27 would you give it? Are we doing that?
Looking back, story?
I don't think so.
A 2.
We'll do a whole new metric for fighting games. How many punches to the face do you give it out of 12?
As a fighting game, not as a story or nothing. Just
All combined. All together taken as one.
And this is just yours. I've never played it. I can't.
I've never played COD.
Yeah.
I played it a little bit, but not enough to.
out of 12, I'll give it a solid 6.
All right.
6. Okay, so second question, follow-up. If someone walked into this place right now with an SNES and that game and 2 controllers, and they were like, "Yo, do you want to play this?"
Yeah.
That's a yes? Okay, I think all
play
yeses should be over 6, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's because there's no story, and you have to weigh the story a little bit. You know?
That's true.
But as a fighting game, it's damn solid.
Damn solid fighting game. Killer Instinct, first game we talked about. So now we're going to move on to a different series, and this time it is your game there, Dr. Scientist.
Yes, yeah.
What do you got for us?
We got Tekken.
Tekken.
I'm sure a name everybody has heard.
Oh, yeah.
It was first released on September 21st, 1994 in the arcade.
Hot damn.
Guess which, I mean, you can easily guess which movie was number 1.
Pulp Fiction?
Jurassic Park.
1994?
That's what it says. Domestic box office for September 21st, 1994.
I thought they came out in 1993. Whatever.
Well, the number 2 movie is The Flintstones.
Nice.
Oh, wow. The live action Flintstones.
With John Goodman and Rick, was it Rick Moranis Barney?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what a movie.
And the number 1 song is probably one Chump Slap knows. I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men.
I'll make love to
That's
you.
pretty fantastic.
Oh, yeah. That one. That's,
Like you want me to.
that's still
Hold
jammed
you
out.
tight.
Baby, all through the night. Man,
Man, we should.
they do not make R&B jams like they used to.
No.
They just don't.
No, man. Shit's whack.
Shit is whack.
Anyway, the whole point of the Tekken. All right, it's a worldwide tournament called the King of the Iron Fist.
Oh,
I
baby.
think
Pretty
it's
badass.
it's an underground kind of thing, and it's run by the Mishima Zaibatsu, which I guess is just some criminal organization or some kind of thing, run by the Mishima clan. And from what I could figure out, it was the whole thing to see who could beat Heihachi Mishima. And they've had these worldwide tournaments, and there's only 8 people left, and those are the main characters.
Heihachi was the end guy for the first one?
Yep.
Okay.
Each character had to fight through the thing, and they had a special one that was only for them, and then you had to fight Heihachi at the end.
Yeah, see, that's how... Oh, that's how Soul Calibur was. Whoops.
So, and you could unlock the other ones. Well, you couldn't at the arcade, but you could at home.
Mhm.
But we'll go through the characters quick, and they each have their own special endings. They're not very in-depth.
Okay.
The first character is Jack, which...
Is he a boxer?
No, he's a big robot.
Oh.
He's a Russian military machine sent to stop Heihachi's plans.
Yes, I remember him.
Okay.
And he has, with him is P-Jack. You can unlock with him the special character. It's a prototype Jack unit. Pretty much the same.
Was
So-
it?
Different skin.
Different
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. Was it like a palette swap situation?
Yeah,
we're talking
they're
about?
different moves a little bit.
Okay.
But his ending is so he just gets mass produced. They make a whole bunch of Jacks just like him.
Well, I mean, if you're the perfect fighting machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you beat Heihachi, damn.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, this is also in the first game. They didn't have special endings for the secret characters, so they kind of you just played through them, and if you beat it, you beat it.
Weak.
Okay.
Next character is King.
Nice wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler with a tiger mask, and basically he just entered the tournament to try and win money to save an orphanage. And
What a nice dude.
when if you beat the game with him, he saves the orphanage. That's basically it.
So, are we led to believe then that if any other fighter wins, the orphanage goes under?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his secret guy is Armor King, which is basically just a skin of King.
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's Law, Martial Law, which everybody knows through the classic Tekken move.
Sweet name.
Yeah, he entered because he wants to open his own martial arts dojo, and he wants to become famous.
I feel like you don't need to win a master tournament to open your own dojo. Like
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, you need the money.
How much money are we talking here? Like you can't be.
Enough to save an orphanage.
All right, fair enough. Can't
Isn't
argue
he-
with that.
Is he the one who looks like Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
I might mix up which one of these guys goes with it, but I think for him, his special character is Wang Jinrei, which is just like he's just a drunken fighter.
Oh, nice.
I think that's him. I could be wrong with who he comes with, but
I
it
think
doesn't
that's
matter.
Lee, the cop.
Yeah, but he's not in Tekken 1.
Oh,
Oh.
Next is Michelle Chang, who's the daughter of a Native American and one of Heihachi's henchmen.
I never knew her last name.
Yeah. And she entered to try and get revenge on Heihachi.
Okay.
What did Heihachi do? Kill her parents?
Well, she killed her dad because Heihachi thought he'd like betrayed him because he was a henchman for Heihachi.
All right.
And her special character with her is her sister Anna. No, that's not it. That's wrong.
Michelle
Kuma,
and
I think.
she gets the teddy bear.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll say Kuma. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'll go through the
sure.
special characters at the end because I don't remember who they are. I'll go with anymore.
Kuma seems to be a bear of some sort.
He is.
Yeah.
He was an abandoned cub that was raised by Heihachi, so he learned how to fight.
How does anyone beat this fucking bear? He's twice the size of everybody else.
He's slow.
Slow. Come on. But if Michelle wins, she gets revenge and then goes home. That's basically her ending.
Nice.
Then there's Nina Williams, who's just an assassin sent to kill Heihachi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I remember her special character is Anna, which is basically just
Same thing.
yeah, it's her little sister, and they're kind of different move sets, but similar enough.
I remember they had ball kicks.
Yeah, they did. They kind of
like kicks to the dick.
Yeah.
they kind of like wear high heels and dance and stuff. But anyway, her ending is, from what I could tell from what I watched and what I've read, she basically just steals Anna's shoes and doesn't want to give them back. I guess she wins and kills them. I don't know.
That's a good ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because the endings of some of my games are pretty fucking stupid too.
And then Paul Phoenix is the next guy, who is like a really big martial artist, and he's like wins tournaments around the world, and he thinks Kazuya is his rival, but they're not really rivals.
Does like Kazuya know that? Is that where it lead?
Well, Kazuya and him fought to a draw, and it was the only match that Paul Phoenix has never won. So he's trying to meet Kazuya in this tournament again.
Okay.
His ending is basically he's just still mad at Kazuya because he doesn't really beat him for it, but it's just pointless.
Yeah.
Then there's Yoshimitsu, he's a member of a thief ninja group, and he entered the tournament to make a distraction so the rest of his ninja group could steal money from the Mishima Zaibatsu.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
he's joining just to distract everybody and like bring their attention to the tournament so his thief buddies can go thieving.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He was my favorite character to use in any Tekken game.
What's great is he's like at the end is like, I won, I lost. It doesn't matter, man.
I'm rich.
Well, wait a minute. By that logic, isn't the tournament just a distraction to everybody, whether he's in it or not?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so why would you have to even be in it?
Yeah.
I didn't write the game.
Yoshimitsu, you're an idiot.
But his ending is basically gives away a lot of money to villages and stuff.
Oh, he's a hero of the people.
Yeah. Some of the other unlockable characters are Devil, which is just a reskin of Kazuya.
Okay.
Heihachi, which is just the main bad guy. He leads the Mishima clan.
Right on.
Kunimitsu, which is just a reskin of Yoshimitsu. And she has knives instead of a sword. She was kicked out of the thieving group.
Huh.
There's a Lee Chaolan, which is just another generic fighter guy. But he's the actual rival of Kazuya because he was raised by Heihachi. And then another guy, Ganryu, who's just like a sumo wrestler.
Ah, yes.
Okay. I have one of those too.
Yeah, I think they're in everything. And then the last character is the canon ending. It's Kazuya Mishima. He is Heihachi's kid.
Okay.
And when he was 5 years old, Heihachi threw him off a cliff to see if he could survive.
What?
But Kazuya does survive, but he gets like injured and it releases a devil gene in him somehow. I guess that comes out later in other ones. But it gives him power, and then he eventually vows to get revenge on his dad. And if you beat it with him, he does. He beats his dad and then takes him and throws him off the cliff he threw him off when he was a kid.
And his dad survives like he did.
Hey, no, he's dead at the end of Tekken 1.
I don't know. Let's say.
Yeah, no, he
As
beats
far
him,
as-
throws him off, and then he takes over the Mishima clan from his dad. And that's the ending of Tekken 1, the canon ending.
So he had to survive getting thrown off a cliff as a baby.
5 years old.
Still, I don't think that makes you any more life ready to get thrown off a cliff.
No,
but
yeah.
Your bones are fucking rubber when you're
Oh,
five.
you can recover from anything that young.
we talked about that with the little kids at the skate park. I used to see
Yeah,
eat
exactly.
shit hard stuff that would put me in traction right now.
That's all the endings of Tekken were never that good when you beat them with characters, but so that's
I never played it, so I can't really tell you.
oh.
I mean, I dabbled more than Killer Instinct. I dabbled, but I still don't remember there being
Tekken-
a story to it.
Probably my favorite fighting game franchise.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, what do you give it out of 12?
Tekken 1?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever played Tekken 1, actually.
Fair. This probably sucks.
But I'll give it a 7.
Oh, yes, I'll do Killer Instinct,
I
huh?
Yep. One better than Killer Instinct. That's 7 out of 12 punches to the face.
Yes.
Right? That was our metric?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
we know that, obviously. It's old
Don't
hat.
act like you didn't know.
It's old fucking hat. So, next up, I'm up.
Ooh, what you
And,
got?
ooh, see, now we're going to talk about a game. We are going to get into this a lot more. No.
Take that
we
back.
talked about it already.
Yes. We just talked a lot about this game in our 3 special edition Mortal Kombat Week episodes. And you know what? There's a lot of overlap
Yeah.
with this game and the original movie and even the new movie. So I'm going to go through it pretty quickly, but it was released October 8th, 1992 in the arcade. Number 1 song. Any guesses?
92.
October 8th, 1992.
Color Me Bad. I don't know any of a Color Me Bad song. I completely forgot.
I'll take artist, but you did that incorrectly. You got that wrong.
Okay.
I would have gave you half credit easily.
No freaking idea.
Here's a hint. We already had them once.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Motown Philly.
Nah, I wish it was End of the Road.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And then the number 1 movie in the country, October 8th, 1992.
Pinocchio.
No.
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
No.
Steven Seagal's own Under Siege.
Fair enough.
It's weird because we already had one conversation today about what a piece of shit Steven Seagal is.
He is, but I will put it this way. If I absolutely had to watch one Steven Seagal movie 30 times in a row, it'd probably be Under Siege.
He is a cook, right? Is that the one?
Yes, that's
he
where
is.
he's a cook. And then he's actually a Navy SEAL and then stabs Tommy Lee Jones in the eye.
Oh,
Does
that,
he kill someone with a
yes.
spatula?
He killed, I think Gary Busey's in it too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is that the second one on the train?
I don't remember the train one at all, so I'm going to assume it's the first one.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, October 8th, 1992, End of the Road, Under Siege, dope-ass shit. It was developed and published by Midway. And the game takes place in Earthrealm. So the tournament is being held on Shang Tsung's island. And the 7 locations on that island serve as the levels in the game. So by Mortal Kombat canon, there's an island somewhere on Earth right now that Shang Tsung owns and is operating a fighting tournament.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So if you're going to buy that, the reason he's here is because he was banished to the Earth realm 500 years ago. So his buddy is number 1 in command, or I guess the second in command. Goro helped him seize the Mortal Kombat tournament, and this is so he can eventually doom the Earth realm because he fucking hates it here because he's been stuck here for 500 years. And I guess his thought process is, if Earth realm's gone, then either A, I'm off Earth realm, or B, I'm dead and Earth realm's gone.
That's
fair.
also not a good way to think you're going to get off of Earthrealm.
Well, if you destroy the realm you're in, if you can't be in the realm you want.
Yeah, if it's either death,
Sounds like
Earthrealm is so bad he prefers death over staying in Earthrealm.
all right. I can see that now.
I hear that.
When you put it that way.
So the story, for 500 years straight, Goro has been undefeated in the tournament. He won the last 9 tournaments, and if he wins again, that'll be 10 in a row, and that means that Shao Kahn will be permitted to take Earthrealm.
Oh, yes.
This is a little bit of what we talked about
Yes.
in the first film. Shao Kahn obviously is the emperor of the Outworld.
Yes.
Of course, everyone knows that, Shao Kahn. And in order to prevent all of this from happening, a new generation of warriors have to challenge Goro, and most of the lore of all of this shit and what happens, aside from the fights, obviously, takes place in the comic books. But when you beat the game, it actually shows you, instead of an ending for the character, it shows them what their motivation was, which I thought was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just to go over this real quick, and again, you guys can go back to the last 3 episodes we just released and listen to where we talk, Chump Slap and I talk extensively about all 3 Mortal Kombat films.
Sure do.
Johnny Cage, basically, the only backstory and his motivation is he's a Hollywood star. I couldn't find anything about him, like, trying to prove his martial artist creds.
No, I think they just made that up.
I think they just made
That's
that
probably a
up.
movie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the game, you had Sonya Blade. She was, just like in the movie, a special agent pursuing Kano. So that was exactly 1 for 1.
Yeah.
But Kano, his backstory was he's just a super criminal. That's it.
Which I think goes with all the movies.
Yeah, I think so. Just he's a bad dude that did bad things.
Yeah, he's just really badass too.
Yeah, he rips people's hearts out.
Absolutely.
He's got a laser eye.
And since we only had, was it 7 characters, I believe? Liu Kang was, the guy that's basically Bruce Lee in their version. Mm-hmm. Former warrior of the White Lotus Society, he entered to represent the Shaolin temples. That's why he was there. There was none of this brother killing stuff.
Yeah.
That was in the movie.
He's like the Marshall Lee character from Tekken.
Yeah.
The Bruce Lee kind of guy.
Yeah, they
Martial
all seem to
law.
have someone like, yeah. And then you have Raiden. And the reason we call him Raiden instead of Raiden is because in the first game, in the American version, the first release, they spelled it Rayden.
Oh, really?
They didn't spell it Rai, so there was no confusion. It was Raiden. I always remember him as Raiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And he's the Thunder God, but in order to participate and be a part of this tournament, he had to basically become immortal. Not immortal, mortal.
Right.
I got some mush mouth, so I got to clarify.
Blah, 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 blah.
And the other 2 characters, one of the most famous in all the Mortal Kombat games, Scorpion, who was a murdered ninja brought back to life to avenge his own death.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite characters to use.
Which we saw in the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes.
Which is based around that because you also have Sub-Zero, member of the Lin Kuei gang of assassins who killed Scorpion when he was in the human form.
Also another character I like to use. Out of those 2 are the ones I used in Mortal Kombat.
I think so too. But I don't know why, because all of the lore going back to the beginning says Scorpion was a murdered ninja and he was the good guy. And then Sub-Zero is the assassin, the bad guy who killed him. I always thought Sub-Zero was the good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just had that in my head.
That's because Scorpion's an undead, maybe.
It's true, and he uses fire.
And he uses fire, and like he rips off his thing, and there's a fucking skull.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that he's on the
sounds
side of
scary.
good.
I think that's you being racist.
Against
so.
skullfire people?
You heard it
Maybe.
here, folks.
Maybe that's how I was raised.
I've heard your mom complain about it a
Yeah,
lot.
she says she hates the skullfire people. Hates them. Calls them scullies. Sorry, that was too far.
Whoa, delete that.
I would like to apologize to our skullfire face people. You also had the only other 3 characters that you fought were Goro, Shang Tsung, and Reptile. None of them were playable. They were just in the game.
Goro, I hated Goro.
Goro was always a pain in the ass, but he was so badass.
I know.
Too.
He was pretty cool.
And they said in the animations, when they were grabbing his animations for the game, a lot of the the characters, the fightable humans, were based on real actors performing the moves and like cel shaded in. But for Goro, it was a fucking stop motion.
Oh yeah, he did look a little different.
Harry, what's his name? Harry Hausen or whatever.
Henderson?
Harry and Henderson.
I forget his name. I will look it up. But the dude who did all those like Clash of the Titans,
Oh yeah,
like those
yeah.
classic stop motion battle movies, he did all those. And I don't know if he did this one, but it was very much the same.
Word up.
Anyway, so that's Mortal Kombat. If you want to learn more about Mortal Kombat, listen to our previous episodes. If you already did, listen to them again. Help us out.
Yeah.
Rate
Check
and
it
review
out.
them. That'd be cool too.
So how many punches to the face are you giving this one?
Ooh, I almost forgot. I was just about to segue to you. I mean, it's hard to say because I think Mortal Kombat 2 by all facets is the better game. Like in almost every way.
But we aren't talking about Mortal Kombat 2.
You're right. Okay, so I'm going to give this... I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 just because of the limited amount of characters you can play with.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think the fatalities were awesome. The
You had to turn
the
on
level
the blood for the Game Gear version.
Yeah.
the level specific fatalities. I don't know if they were in this one at all.
At least the pit.
Yeah, the pit was always in, I think.
All right, well there we go. That's Mortal Kombat 1. Again, listen to the last 3 episodes. Do it again. Tell your parents. Let them listen to it.
They love Mortal Kombat.
Next on the list, we got another game, another classic. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what this is, Chump Slap?
This one is Soul Calibur. Right? Wow. Originally released in the arcade on July 30th, 1998. And then on the Dreamcast, September 1999.
Was it that late? I thought it was earlier. Okay.
It was, what do they call it? Like a release title for the Dreamcast?
Launch title? Yeah.
Launch
Oh
title.
yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
You're never going to guess this movie of the July 30th, 1998.
Broken Arrow.
You wish.
God, no, that's so
July
awesome.
30th.
Yeah, would've-
Let's say Can't Hardly Wait.
The Mask of Zorro.
Oh, I
Never
wouldn't have
would've
gone
guessed.
that way. I might have. My second guess might have been Armageddon.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Is that that? I don't know.
Around there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if it was 98, but it was around there.
You want to guess the song?
July 98. Green Day.
You know it. You love it.
Time of Our Life.
I will guess.
That was 99.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was my class song.
It's everybody's class song.
I think it was also our class song.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess Michael Jackson
It's still in there.
Thriller.
No, sir. The Boy Is Mine. Brandy and Monica.
Oh.
Why did you tell us that we knew that? I was expecting a real
So did I. I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Brandy and Monica. I remember them.
So do I.
I remember
but
the name
that
Brandy. I
song.
don't know who the fuck Monica is.
Another singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was another singer similar to Brandy, and it was like the Christina Aguilera, Britney.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently they had a song together called The Boy Is Mine.
Sweet.
Real sassy.
You didn't listen to it before we came on so you could sing it?
I don't remember it.
You didn't listen to it.
You can admit it. It's fine.
What do you call it? You caught me. Anyway, this game, Soul Calibur, is actually the second game in the series.
Oh, what's the first?
Soul Edge.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Released in December of 95 for the arcade. I think it was later released as Soul Blade for PlayStation or something. I don't remember.
Maybe.
I didn't write that part down. In this game, there's a special weapon called Soul Edge.
Yeah, it's like a giant sword.
Yes. And it takes over the person who owns it, makes them evil or whatever. I think this is the plot to the first game. Soul Edge is taken by Cervantes, and he has it. Cervantes was the pirate with the two swords.
Yeah, I remember him.
If you remember.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them now, and I was trying to remember the characters.
Right. He had it for 25 years, and he was just killing people in some Spanish port. And then Sofitia and Taki, which were two female fighters.
I liked Sophia.
Yeah, she was like a Greek
Yeah, like a
something.
he had a shield and sword.
Yeah. They take him out. This is 1583, and one of the soul edges shatters, and it's about to tear itself apart when Siegfried, the knight, shows up
Yeah.
and kills a reanimated Cervantes body. And after killing that, he grabs the soul edge, and he's taken over by what is called the evil seed. It's
That
just
doesn't
like
sound fun.
No, that does not.
it's just some like bright ass light just shines out up into the sky, and then he turns into Nightmare.
I remember Nightmare.
Yep, and Nightmare and the Soul Edge become one. And this game takes place in 1586 when a group of warriors want to either obtain or destroy the Soul Edge from Nightmare.
Oh, so this is based in the past.
Oh, way in the past, sir.
Yeah,
I remember
before the Age of Reason.
I didn't play this game too terribly much, but I remember it being very unique in its style.
Yes.
Like, was it a full 3D?
Yeah, it was 8, what do they call it, like 8 axis or something? Like,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's funny how we went back to 2D. But yeah, I remember all of them being 2D, and like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, all the ones we named, they were 2D.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then this one you had the whole 8-axis. You could fight in a 3D environment. You could move to
yeah,
left
you can
and
like
right.
roll
sidestep.
around people and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
roll to dodge, and just the unique style of like the character introductions.
Yeah, and how
They did a good
everybody
job.
had weapons. It was all weapons based in this.
But I think the reason they got away from that is because you're always in a 2D plane anyway.
Oh yeah, I think they eventually did go back to 2D.
Because
there was still,
it's
like-
always the plane between you two is always
Yeah,
where you
but-
are.
Right.
You can just like sidestep the move, but you're still on that plane.
You could do cool grabs when he sidestepped.
Yeah.
Like they had like
But
different grabs from every direction
you
that
can
you
do
grab
that
the
in 2D
person.
too.
No,
Oh, yeah,
not as good.
You're right.
But let's see some of the characters here. We had Cervantes.
Mm-hmm.
We had Siegfried.
I remember those
Sophia, Taki, Voldo. Everyone
Voldo I
remembers
used a lot.
Voldo.
Yeah. He's the S&M guy.
Yeah. He like walks on his
Bring out the Gimp.
back on all fours.
Yeah, and he's got like twisting things in his arms.
Yeah, it's very weird looking dude, but he's cool. We have Maxie, who was like a what do he look like?
Oh, there's no picture of Maxie here.
Maxie had fucking what are they called? Nunchucks.
Like Michelangelo?
Yeah, but he looks kind of like a. I don't know if he looked that way in this one, but like an Elvis impersonator in the later ones.
Oh yeah, they got wild with their characters. They really did. I don't know this series too terribly much, but I remember there being was this the series that had the drunken fighter dude, like the old dude that was a drunken fighter? Or was that
That's in,
Tekken?
like,
That's
so many of
Tekken.
them.
Tekken had the real cool drunk guy who'd fall over and
That
stuff.
was Wong.
He'd like fall over and like he'd take a hit from his
Yeah.
thing. But I guess you're right. They all kind of just eventually have one.
There's
of them.
always a drunken master.
There's always the karate master that looks like Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They also had Yoshimitsu in this game.
Oh, really?
Similar.
Some crossover?
Yeah, same. He had the sword and all. I don't think he had the suicide move where he stabbed himself in the chest.
That was the coolest move.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, if you hit anybody with that, you almost kill yourself, but you kill them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, he had Nightmare. We talked about the big guy who had like a deformed arm and a
Yeah, he was taken over by the Soul Edge.
soul edge, had a big eyeball on it.
Yeah.
We have Astaroth, who was just like a fucking big dude with an axe, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Killick, who had like a long staff.
Okay.
He was like just a staff fighting guy.
A bow?
Like Donatello.
Yes. Yeah. There you
I
go.
remember one time my parents fucking loved the fact that, because, you know how the Ninja Turtles are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, they're awesome, yes, but every kid picked the Ninja Turtle that was their personality.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a Donatello.
Donatello Bros.
Donatello bros, what's up? So I remember my
I'm a
dad
Leonardo because I'm a natural leader.
and a thinker. I remember my dad was like, oh, fucking cool. So I remember him getting in the car, leaving, going down to the hardware store, getting like a fucking dowel rod. Like putting tape in the middle and goes, here you go, you can go be Donatello out back. I'm like, sweet. I loved that staff for years.
Did you learn any cool moves?
No, dude, I couldn't do
You spin
shit.
it around and
I mean, I tried. I probably hit myself in the fucking face. It was a piece of wood.
Probably
There were
broke
no
it on a
soft
tree.
edges. And of course, it was the dowel rod, so it was the straight cut. There was no like rounded edge
Yeah.
like a broom handle. Right in the eye, definitely.
Nice.
Oh, that was awesome.
Let's see. Do we have anybody else in here? Lizard Man, who was a lizard man. Kind of like Riptor.
yeah. But not as cool.
And last but not least, Ivy with the whip sword.
Yeah, that was
That was a cool ass sword.
it was.
Is that? I think I've seen this. Is that the one that has like, I don't know how to quantify it, but like scales or plates, sort
yeah,
of?
yeah. And it can like just you can whip it around and then just make it solid again.
I wonder if that's like an actual weapon that people have made.
I'm
Since
sure
then, I bet
somebody-
Because I mean, it's in
Has made
other
it.
games too. It's not just from this.
I don't know how you keep it solid when you're trying to hit somebody. Just pull a fucking string out the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so, but then how would it be taut enough to take like
There might be a
hit?
weight you can throw on the bottom and throw it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, somebody let us know.
Yeah.
Send us a Ivy swords.
Or an STL. We'll 3D print that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
So I don't remember anybody's ending, but I know if Siegfried, if you play with him through the end, he loses the nightmare and becomes normal
normal
and
Siegfried.
a hero again.
Yeah, and that leads into the next Soul Caliburs,
Yeah.
which we may get to at some point.
Yeah, they all have stories that are pretty much similar.
Mm-hmm.
They're all looking for the soul edge. That's all it's all about. What a world to live in, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. At least they're going for a goal. I mean, some of these fighting games don't have.
Yeah.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
it's a tournament of fighters. Well, why are they all there? Because it's a fighting
Yeah,
tournament.
the
He's
fighters and it's a
dumbass.
tournament.
Yeah, this is what they do. This is their jam.
Yeah, but I remember Soul Calibur 2 had a cool ass dungeon crawler thing, like to get the ultimate weapon for each person.
Yeah.
You had to go through levels.
It was a little. It wasn't a fighting game really. It was kind of like
It's like
beat 'em up.
challenges. It's like you had to
Yeah.
knock somebody off a wall. That's the only way you could do damage to them and shit like that.
Okay.
It was really cool.
That was this one of the first ones where they gave you like stuff to do that wasn't just beat the next guy?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if any other games did it as good, but it was sweet.
I remember for PS2, I think it was Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think it was. That was the
That was
movie.
a movie.
That's a movie. Yeah,
It might have been the
10
game. I don't
or 9.
remember. But there was one where you're a monk walking through the desert, and as you're going to the different stations, eventually they'd either be a fight or they'd be a mini game.
Yeah, that's cool.
I forget which one it was, but it was like trying to evolve Mortal Kombat past just fighting and make it like an RPG style, and then no one fucking played it except me, I guess.
Yeah, I thought those were the coolest things. Like dungeon crawls and like, oh, you go into this room, you have to kill this guy while you're losing life slowly or whatever.
And then, like 70% of it's still a fighting game. It's just,
Yeah,
it'll
it's
give you
just
something to
something
break this
different.
up,
Exactly.
Well, how many would you say out of 12 punches to the face would you give it?
Soul Calibur 1, I would give, I'll give it a solid 8.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
the best one we have so far.
Just because the follow up to Soul Calibur 2 was fucking so good.
It had some good bones. Like, it was trying to do something different. It was trying to make its own, I don't know how you would say it, like its own voice in a very crowded field of fighting games. Like, where, I mean, because in the 90s, these fighting games were fucking huge.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like, well, how are we going to be different? Let's give these characters some real personalities.
Yeah.
You know? So I totally get it. Absolutely. So that is, what'd you say, 8 out of 12 punches
Sure.
to the face?
You got it.
All right, well, next up, we got another game that I don't know if I've ever even heard of, but Dr. Syintist is going to tell us all about
Oh,
it.
it's a game I liked a lot.
Oh, yeah?
It was called Eternal Champions.
Never heard of it.
I haven't either.
Released in the Sega Genesis, and in North America was its first release, December 11th, 1993, the rare North America release.
December 11th.
December 11th, 1993.
So I said September.
The number one song was Again by Janet Jackson. Don't know what that song is.
Again.
And I have the top 4 movies released
Jesus.
because they're all kind of funny in their own way.
I'm going to assume one of those Jurassic Park.
Nope.
Really?
December 1993.
Home Alone.
Nope.
Because, yeah, you got to think. This was before they were doing, like, Lord of the Rings big budget ones in December.
Yeah.
So this is going to be weird. This is going to get weird.
Oh, you might be wrong with that, though, because the number 4 one was Sister Act 2. Back in the Habit.
2.
Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. I have not seen that in a minute. I believe we've talked about Sister Act.
We might have.
Of course we have.
Number 3 was Wayne's World 2.
Oh, I'll see.
Man.
Number 2, The Pelican Brief.
Ooh.
And the number 1 movie, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, wow.
I think that has come up before.
I think so, too.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Classic.
All I remember is
All I
jamming
remember
his
is
face in that
Yeah.
it's a run by fruiting.
yeah, that's right.
You guys remember so much of that movie.
I think both of those are from the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember that Pierce Bronson was the guy stealing away his kids.
Yeah, they made him out to be the dick when it was clearly.
The guy dressing
The
up
guy
as a woman.
lying to his entire family.
Exactly.
Anyway. Eternal Champ. I can't believe you guys don't remember this game. I used to like this
No,
game.
I'm looking at it now. I don't fucking remember any
I used
of
to
it.
play it all the time. I'm pretty sure with you. Anyway, the whole story is this entity called the Eternal Champion has noticed that humanity is not going to survive. And he's set in the future. I don't know exactly how far ahead. Let's say far ahead. Thousands of years.
Okay.
And he tries to figure out a way to save humanity. So he found 9 people who died too early and were destined to do something better. So he saved them all from their moment of death and are going to make them fight because he can only save one. He only has enough power to bring one back, like send one back and then keep them alive.
Okay.
And then hopefully that they can change history for the better and not doom humanity. So they're basically characters from different points in history.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And they all kind of have their own thing. We'll go through the characters real quick. First one is, I'll do them in time order.
Okay. Perfect.
Oldest one is a guy named Slash from 50,000 BC. He's like a caveman.
Okay.
And he's like a super smart caveman, but the other cave people didn't like him. And they stoned him to death because he was like, hey, why don't we plant plants here instead of go hunting, killing? And they're like, no.
Whatever, loser.
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
Yeah, so if you win with him, the Eternal Champion sends him back, and he basically turns humanity into an agrarian culture earlier than it was supposed to be. And
Everything's perfect.
they become peaceful earlier and develop faster.
Nice.
Okay.
The next one is from 110 BC, a character who I liked and played all the time in the game, named Trident. He was an Atlantean.
Obviously.
Okay.
And the story is that the Atlanteans and the Romans were fighting for control of the world. They were like doing this whole tournament and the winner would take control. But and he was going to the end. He won for the Atlantean things. He was going against the finals and the Romans assassinated him and then sunk Atlantis. That's the story.
Because he sucked at the fighting tournament, or because he won at the fighting tournament. Sorry.
He was going to win, but he was assassinated before the tournament actually finished.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
So if you beat it with him, the Eternal Champion sends him back, and he wins the tournament, and then brings the Romans and Atlanteans together, and then they kind of alter history that way.
Not bringing back any fucking memories, man.
I'm not. I'm looking at screenshots, and I'll tell you what. I like the look of it. It looks very comic booky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe,
And
just a touch like Comic Zone.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Oh, it is a Sega game.
All I remember is the end guy being really hard. I never beat it with any of the characters because I could never beat the end guy.
The box looks very, very familiar.
The next guy is from 1692 AD, a man named Xavier. And he was an alchemist. He was kind of like just like... And this is weird. In 1692 AD, he had a plan to come up with a source of clean energy. And that could, that could perpetually do whatever.
So, okay, so let's take a second here. So we have a guy who's trying to bring forth an agrarian culture. Mm-hmm. We've got a dude that's just trying to save his doomed city of Atlantis.
Yep.
And now we've got this dude who's trying to... What was he just
Clean
trying?
energy.
Clean energy sources.
So all the good people in history,
Yeah.
they're like, we got to kill these guys and get
Yeah,
these
well,
guys
he was
outta
killed for witchcraft. So...
Yeah, it makes sense.
here. Great.
But if he wins the thing, the Eternal Champion sends him back. And he basically develops his energy source and stuff and does all these alchemy things and then eventually becomes a time traveler and goes throughout history like fixing things. In my eyes, that's probably the best one to save anyway. Because he doesn't just save his one thing. But anyway.
Let's hear what else we got on the table.
Yeah. I mean, only...
All right,
the third
next
one
one is 1899 AD. A character named Jade. And she was a circus performer. And she tried to prevent the Russo-China War.
Okay.
Okay. Single-handedly try to prevent
Yeah,
it.
she's like a diplomat or something, and then she was still a circus performer while she did it.
Wait. So you're saying a female circus performer who's trying to prevent the the China War?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to throw away my movie script. That was my idea.
Well, she was killed because I don't remember if it was
She's a
China or
woman.
Russia, but someone sabotaged the circus, the net in her circus tricks. So when she did the thing, she died that way.
Oh, wow.
I know that's your
dirty.
entire script.
That's dirty. That is 98% of what I was writing. I also had a monkey sidekick. Did she have a monkey sidekick?
I believe so.
Fuck, man.
No way.
I must have played this game or fever dreamed it.
But if she wins, she basically gets sent back and then brings democracy to Russia and China at the same time.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
That means we get that new Guns N' Roses album.
Faster? Wow.
All right, let me see the time here. Oh, the next one's from 1920. A guy named Larson, who he basically worked for Chicago mob bosses and did like stuff for the mob.
Sounds like a good dude.
Well,
Oh?
he would like do things for them, like deliver for them, and he eventually found out that he was supposed to deliver a bomb to a police, like the police in the hospital.
Ruh-roh.
And he was going to kill him. And he's like, at the last minute, he had to change a heart, but the bomb blew up and killed him and a bunch of them.
Oh, no.
Smooth.
Yeah, but if he wins, he basically just leads a task force and stops organized crime.
Just all of it.
Eliminates all of it.
That's impressive.
Oh. It's a bummer.
All right.
Wow. That's what Owen Wilson's in the
tell.
studio, everybody.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. The next one's from 1967. It's a biochemical scientist named, well, he ends up being named Midnight. I don't remember what his real name was. He was hired to develop a virus that would end the Vietnam War. There was like a biological weapon. And he eventually accidentally turned himself into a vampire.
This game's awesome.
It is pretty good.
But if he wins, he basically comes back and like cures, because in the story, his vampiric disease gets unleashed on Vietnam and stuff and ends up causing millions of deaths. But if he comes back, he cures the diseases, and he like develops cures for thousands of diseases and cures like most of them in the world.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So everyone winning is a good thing.
Yeah. There's not like a bad guy. Well, the guys some of them are bad, but they end up doing good things. Next one's a 1993. It's an assassin named Shadow.
Of course.
He eventually had a turn. The story is he had a turn of heart, and he was about to reveal all these assassin clans to the people, like these hidden organizations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically kill him before he gets to do that. Oh. So when he wins, he comes back and brings down all these. It's kind of similar to the Larson one, where he brings down organized crime. Mm-hmm. He gets rid of all these assassin organizations and stuff that go around killing people.
Is this
Assassin
like,
crime.
Is this all dead people fighting and they win to go back to their lives?
He
or
saved
something?
them from the moment they died, and then let them
Okay.
fight. And then he was going to send one back and keep them alive through.
All right, I got you.
I just think it's interesting that they're willing to sacrifice like the rest of history because this person won a fighting tournament.
Hey, man, it's the way it is.
It's like, you earned it.
Well, I think all of them are meant to turn humanity, save them in some way, but he doesn't know which one would be best, so he just decided to have this tournament. The next one's
makes
from
sense.
2030, which,
Oh, shit.
as we know, is about 8 years from now.
Yeah.
And it's a man named Blade, and he's like a
Wesley Snipes type.
yeah, kind of. He's kind of like RoboCop-y, but not that much of a cyborg.
Okay.
Now he's a terrible guy. He was a cop, and he beat a suspect to death, so he got fired.
Might have been on self-defense.
He got fired. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't in the United States. He did it then.
No, clearly not.
After that, he became a bounty hunter, and someone hired him to procure the stolen virus. Like someone stole a virus and was going to release it, and then he went and it was kind of ended up like 12 Monkeys. Like he got shot and he drops the vial and it smashes and unleashes a virus on the world.
Oh, nice.
When he sent him, I know he's a terrible person. He beats someone to death. He releases the virus, but if you save him, he goes back and he doesn't release the virus. He stops the virus from smashing and whatever. And he basically starts a world peace council and he becomes the leader.
That's a turn.
Yeah.
That coming? Okay.
From a bounty hunter.
Normal people can do that.
So I'm looking at this guy. It looks like he was more Jax than
that's better. That's a better.
than RoboCop.
Yeah, because the next guy is actually a cyborg. From 2345, his name is Rax, R-A-X.
That's cute that they think humanity's going to last that long.
Yeah,
That's adorable, right?
He was a cyborg, and apparently in the future they have these, like all sports are gone except for cyborg fighting because none of them are violent enough as cyborg fighting.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'd watch cyborgs beat the shit out of each
Hell
other all
yeah.
He
day.
was also killed before he became champion. So
Of
Lame.
course.
if he wins, he gets sent back, and he eventually wins like the tournament, and then ends cyborg fights and bloodlust sports is basically what it's called. Like
What?
Like MMA. Or,
yeah, anything that's just like violence.
Oh.
But then there's a bad ending, which if you die like on your tournament fight up, he just sends you to your death. The game's over.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, that's all of Eternal Champions won.
That sounds awesome. I saw it was on the Sega Genesis Mini. I might have to give it a shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good game.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
neat.
probably hard as hell to control any of these anymore. From like what you're used to.
Oh, I'm sure it's completely different, yeah. But, you know, it's how you do with the nostalgic
Yeah.
hit again. You go in and you play it for 20 minutes or a half hour. You're like, okay, that was good.
Yeah, this is annoying. Look at the lag in his buttons.
Which is weird because I was also going to give this 8 punches to the face.
Sure you were there.
Punch to the face.
I think it's at least as good as Soul Calibur, yes.
Huh. Oh, I guess. Well, I'll have to take your word for it. Nobody else knows it.
Well, I'm looking at this character select sheet, and who are all these goddamn animals in the bottom? Or is this the second game?
Might be Eternal Champions 2 or whatever the second one was.
Was there a second one?
Might have been re-released with more characters sometime.
Like an Ultimate Edition, like Mortal Kombat and all that shit?
Yeah.
Too? That makes sense.
Like Killer Instinct Gold.
Gotcha. So 8 punches to the face. So we've got one more series to talk about. I'm going to start with 2 games just because the first one's very short and not really a story. And the second one's really where this all comes together anyway.
Okay.
And of course, the first game of this series, we're talking about the OG Street Fighter,
Oh, wow.
which I don't think I ever played the original
I
one.
just assumed Street Fighter 2 was the first one.
Me too. Because it was so popular.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 was
I
just
remember
as popular
They
as
had the
anything else.
arcade machine at one of the hoagie shops in town or grinder shop. I don't know where who's listening.
Whatever your region refers
Yeah.
to submarine sandwiches.
Heroes, you know.
Heroes, whichever of those. Yeah, it was released August 12th, 1987, developed and published by
87.
Capcom. Number 1 song. You both have heard it. I doubt you'll get it.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
You're closer than you think, but it's not Bon Jovi. You guess Chump Slap?
Def Leppard, Love Bites.
That'd be so cool. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
You too, yeah.
Okay.
Number 1 movie. You guys are not going to get it. I don't think I've heard of this.
87.
I guess
No fucking clue.
it's Stakeout with Emilio Estevez is in it. With, Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's classic.
I've actually seen that movie.
If you look at the poster, I'm sure you've seen the poster at fucking Terry's Music Explosion.
Oh yeah.
That's a stakeout.
Yeah, it sure is. Richard Dreyfuss, Emilio Estevez, shoved under a bed, holding weapons. Uh-oh, I'm accidentally playing it. Yeah. The sexy lady changing her shoes.
Classic 87.
Cornballs. So basically, you take control of Ryu, who is staple Street Fighter character. Ryu's in the tournament just to prove his strength. The second player can then take control of Ryu's former partner and his now current rival, Ken. So we've got Ken and Ryu since the beginning.
I liked Ken.
And he only jumps into the tournament unqualified to challenge Ryu in 2-player matches. So if no one else wants to play, he can jump in, and the second player will be Ken.
Okay.
And like I said, there's not too much to this game, so I'm just going to blow through it. After the first 8 challengers that you fight are beaten, You're taken to Thailand for the last two. Adon, a deadly Muay Thai master, and his mentor Sagat, the reputed emperor of Muay Thai.
That's a good name.
Yeah, emperor of Muay Thai.
Did they tell you how he got the chest scar?
No, I don't know if this is... well, this is the same one, isn't it? Yeah, it has to be. From Mortal Kombat 2. But the first 8 computer-controlled opponents are just... They don't go into their backstories. They just tell you who they are. And this is why this is so goddamn short. But the characters from Japan, Retsu, who's an expelled Kempo instructor, and Geiki, a Tekko Kagi-wielding ninja.
Yeah, none of these ring bells.
Geiki doesn't... I don't think they were in the future ones. But then from the U.S., you've got Joe, who's...
Sounds like a steel worker.
Yeah.
Joe and Mike are the 2 U.S. characters. Joe is an underground full-contact karate champion.
We
Makes
have
sense.
that all over here.
Exactly. There's just the full-contact karate tournaments left and right. Mike is a former heavyweight boxer who once killed an opponent in the ring.
I guess that's Tyson.
Oh, so he's like Butch from Pulp Fiction.
I wonder if he looks exactly like Mike Tyson. And then you've got, from China, you got Lee, an expert in Chinese boxing, and you got Jen, an elderly professional killer who's developed his own assassination art.
Does this have anything to do? I don't know any of those characters from Street Fighter.
No, I don't either. These look, the way they're explaining this game is they look like they literally pulled people who weren't allowed to fight anymore off of the street and threw them in this tournament, which makes this name make so much more sense.
Yeah.
Like, these are all people who were just cast aside by
They were
society.
Street Fighters.
And then from England, you've got Birdie, a tall bouncer who uses a combination of wrestling and boxing. And then Eagle, a well-dressed bodyguard of a wealthy family.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
But the only fun, really, like, fact that you could really take is you take control of Ryu in the single-player mode, but if someone jumps in, they play as Ken, like I mentioned, and if you defeat Ryu in a 2-person match as Ken, the winning player will play the remainder of the game as Ken.
Oh.
So either way, you can then go through the stories. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just aesthetic. It's the same move and same special techniques. Like, they're not different at all.
Yeah. It's kind of similar how they are in every Street Fighter after.
Yeah, but
They're very similar.
they're very similar, but at least they have their own special moves.
Yeah.
This one, they had the same ones. They're a palette swap, basically.
Yeah.
But that's going to take us to Street Fighter 2.
Whoa.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Now
I
we're
think
getting
we
somewhere.
all do. Released February 6th, 1991. Number 1 song.
1991.
It's a good one.
I'll make love to you.
No, it's not I'll Make Love to You.
I don't know.
Gonna Make You Sweat by CNC Music Factory.
Nice.
Number 1 movie? I don't think you guys are going to get it.
I have no idea.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
I never would have got that.
No. This is a different story, which is actually kind of dumber.
Nice.
There is this criminal organization called the Chandelou Organization, run by a guy by the name, I don't think you've ever heard of him, he's a very obscure character, M. Bison.
Yeah.
And his plan for global domination, this is the whole motivation behind this entire story. He's setting up this fight tournament, and whoever wins gets to be brainwashed by him to join the Chandelou Organization.
Makes sense.
Now, his plans are foiled by someone by the name of Akuma, who was not even in this game.
Yeah. He's in other Street Fighters after.
He catches M. Bison off guard and performed the Shun Goku Satsu on him,
Of course.
which killed him in an instant. But then Akuma takes M. Bison's place in the tournament to fight the finalists, who some sources hint was Ryu. Akuma mocks M. Bison for being the slave of his own power, not knowing he's actually in absolute control of his psycho power. I don't know exactly what that means.
I don't know either.
And I guess that means that M. Bison was not M. Bison?
No.
No,
I guess not. He was taken over by Kuma.
He was M. Tyson.
Ooh.
Well, I think he was Sagat, and Sagat was originally M. Tyson.
Yeah.
And then they switched the names.
Because he looked like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading that somewhere.
Yeah, so do I.
So, I mean, that's really the entire thing.
Yeah.
So, really, I can just go through the characters. Maybe we can ring some bells here.
Yeah, bring it on.
From Japan, we've got Ryu
Yeah.
from the first game. He was only in this tournament in this... I guess they retcon some of these characters because they have different motivations now. But he was only in the tournament to hone his Shotokan karate skills.
All right.
Sounds right.
So, with the inner power of Chi, he dedicates his life to perfect his own potential. So he just keeps playing and fighting to make sure he's still the best.
Yeah.
So he's got a pretty big fucking ego on him.
Sounds about right.
Well, if you're the best, you're the best.
He's the best around.
For a reason.
No one's
going to keep him down.
You beat me to it. And then he has, it's not his frenemy, it's more of a friend, is Ken.
Yeah. Rival.
There's a rival there. There's a respect there, though.
Yeah.
I don't think they hate each other. They're just very alike. Ken, it even says in his bio, he's his best friend, greatest rival, and former training partner from the U.S. Ryu's personal challenge that he took on was to get Ken back into fighting. Because Ken was kind of like, I don't know if I want to enter this whole World Warrior thing. This
Come
isn't really my
on.
big deal. But he's kind of, I guess, lazy, and they allude to the fact that he's spending too much time with his fiance.
Fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Knocking boots.
That's a dick move on Ryu's part.
Yeah,
Like my buddy's getting late, I got to stop
So
it.
I see you quit this this tournament because you're late and happy.
Yeah.
Get back in here, you coward.
Yeah. You used to be a good fighter.
Yeah, I thought Ryu was a good dude. He's kind of.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm glad I never played with him.
Yeah, I never did either. We're gonna get into who we played with in a second, but then we have E Honda, sumo wrestler from Japan. His whole thing was to legitimize the sport of sumo as real athletes and fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got the 1,000-hand slap.
Which is classic fighting move. And then you got the Brazilian mutant Blanca.
Oh, yes.
He was raised in the jungle, and the only reason he joins the tournament is to learn more about his origins because he has no idea.
Why would the tournament let him know?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe the Shadow
get money?
organization did
Yeah, who
something.
knows?
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't watched the John Claude vehicle in a while
Probably should.
Yeah, I think we all should.
with Raul
Homework.
Julia as M. Bison. Rest in peace. Then we got Gully, the former U.S. Air Force Special
Guile?
Forces. Is it Guile? Gully?
I always called him Guile. It might be Guile.
Might be Guile too. I don't know. I just read that. Maybe it was one of those words you read, and you're like, "That's how it's."
I mean,
said
there
out
is a
loud.
word that's spelled that way called Guile, but maybe his name is spelled differently or it's pronounced differently.
Well, if you think I'm a fucking idiot saying it Gully, go to the subreddit and tell us all about it. Start a new thread. That's how you plug the subreddit. So then, his whole thing was he was in the Air Force Special Forces, and his whole thing is he wants to kill M. Bison, who defeated his friend pre the tournament named Charlie.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Then you got one of the most iconic characters, Chun Li.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
She was an Interpol officer, and she didn't enter the tournament for any kind of like personal glory or anything like that. She just believes she can kick any dude's ass. I'm not doing it justice.
No, you sounded like, what's his name? From Mortal Kombat doing the bicycle kick.
Oh,
Bruce Lee.
Lee. What?
Bruce Lee. We just talked about it.
No, I don't even know.
I don't remember. Yeah, whatever.
Law. No, Law's from Tekken.
Yeah, I know. They're all getting mixed up in my head,
Do you
man.
mind if I'm gonna
It's
scroll
Lee,
back up?
isn't it?
It's gotta be Lee.
Yeah.
Liu Kang.
Luke Cage.
Jesus, we should have known that. as a group.
Seriously.
That's embarrassing. And then you got Zangief,
Oh yeah.
professional wrestler and sambo fighter from the Soviet Union, all really decked out in all the Soviet strength bullshit. He's like the Red Guardian, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have Dalsim, the fire-breathing yoga master from India.
Yeah.
Dude, he could stretch out his legs pretty fucking far.
I used him all the time.
Now his whole story and his whole thing is that he's a pacifist, but he's entering the tournament to earn the money to help out people in poverty. So he may be the only
Good guy.
good person or the only person that doesn't want to prove they're badass.
Yeah.
Then there are also other CPU exclusive,
Ooh.
which came out later. Those were the main fighting ones in the consoles, but later there was a PC version, and you could play as Balrog,
Oh yeah. Okay.
who is the American boxer who was basically Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I remember him.
And in Japan, they actually called him M. Bison,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Very confusing. Then you could also play as Vega.
Oh yeah, I remember him now too. He had the claws.
Yeah, the Spanish bullfighter with the claws and
Right,
unique
right,
style of ninjutsu.
He could climb walls. Or could they all climb walls?
No, I think
No.
there was one stage you could climb on the.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, you
makes
could,
him with Voldo?
flip off the wall and hit somebody and attack his
Yeah, he
Vega.
could like jump backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then you had Sagat, the Muay Thai kickboxer and former world warrior champion from the original Street Fighter.
Right on.
And then M. Bison, obviously. But I remember, I truly don't remember if I just played Street Fighter 2. I think it was always Super Street Fighter 2,
Maybe.
and it was
Yeah.
with all those characters in it.
Yeah.
Well, there were like
Definitely
13 versions of Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah. There was like 4 before 2000.
Yeah. Super Ultra Mega Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, and I guess they were just added characters and levels, really. I don't think they really fucked with any of the moves. Of
No, they can't make money off it. Why would they?
I think M. Bison was my favorite. Or Vault or Vega.
I liked using Vega or Dalsim.
I think I enjoyed playing as Blanca.
Blanca was fun too.
It was just fun, but I don't think he was my main guy. I think I played a lot as a Gully or Guile.
Oh,
I played a lot as
you
him.
could cheese a lot with him. Sonic boom, and then just duck in the kick.
Yeah. And like the uppercuts, I mean, the uppercuts in a lot of these games are pretty fucking satisfying.
Yeah,
But these are like where you jump in the air 6 feet and the person jumps
Oh, yeah.
30 feet and hits the ceiling and flops down. It's pretty great. I mean, I played this game to death. I played a lot of this one.
So how many punches to the face would you give it?
I mean, I know a lot of people are really into more current generation Street Fighter games. But I mean, this is a foundational fighting game here.
Yes.
So I got to give it a 10. I got to give it 10 punches to the face.
That's good.
Had to be the best, didn't you?
It is. It has to be. Of all the games we talked about, mostly because I didn't play most of these.
We've all played this one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So that's all our fighting games. I mean, there's tons of good ones still on the board. We might have to do another fighting game episode.
Yeah,
We
but
got a lot of episodes to do yet.
a lot of episodes, guys.
Whole shitload of episodes. Now, we're recording this way before this is going to air. So next week, next week's going to be the official start of season, or I guess year 4. What are we calling it? Season
Season
or year
4, yeah.
Season, we'll do it like Fortnite, the coolest game in the world.
Yeah.
Hopefully not by the time this comes out.
Guys, come over here a sec. Come over here.
What's that?
Is Fortnite still cool?
When we're recording this, I guess it's still a little cool.
Yeah.
But like, should I say Roblox or some bullshit? What are the kids into?
Minecraft's still big, huh?
I don't know.
All right, that's enough of this bit.
Okay, let's go back.
All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, so go play it like Fortnite. It's just as cool as Fortnite. Season 4 Fortnite. And wait, no, Season 4 Plotty time. Regularly scheduled time next week, and we're going to be talking about a game that we're not going to spoil. No spoilers, no hints.
You'll see it when it gets downloaded. I mean,
It's a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see it next week. So I guess that does it for us, guys. What do you think? I guess you want to go rate, review, subscribe, do all that bullshit.
All the usuals.
You know what to do.
You know what to do. You can order stuff, plottytime.com. You can go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. Really helps us out. Tell your mom about YouTube. She loves us and Turkish towels. So she'll love a Plottytime Turkish towel, which, like I said, you can buy at plottytime.com. That does it for us. So get out there, play some video games. Don't trust Dr. Syintist, and we'll talk to you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey.